Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu mitzvotav
Letzivonu lehadlikner shel Shabbat.
Okay. Whew. Jennifer, would you like to come up? Or, oh, sorry about that.
I have so many board members up here. I got the special board member role. My name is Jennifer Marcoux. I am on the TBT board. And on behalf of the board, welcome to Shabbat services here at Temple B'nai Torah. Just wanted to let you know a couple things. So first, if you're new, please come up and introduce yourself to me at the oneg that we will have afterwards. And if you have any questions or anything about the board, please don't hesitate to ask me or anyone with these wonderful name tags. A couple quick announcements. We have Rabbi Dusty joining us next week, as well as Aron Sabo, who is our new music director. Their first services together will be on Saturday, July 6th. In addition, on July 12th, we'll have both rabbis and Aron as a welcome. No?
11.
Friday.
Yeah,
Sorry. July 11th, Friday services, we'll have both rabbis and Aron for services, so please join us both of those events as well as all our other services. Two quick notes. In the month of July, we are having both kitchen renovations as well as vacation plans. So onegs are going to be bring your own oneg. So you can bring your own lunch or bring things to share. So that will be the month of July. And we are also starting with the summer hours, Friday night services starting at 7 p.m. So that will be starting next week. Is that correct?
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
and you're right, July 11th, 12th.
Oh,
I can't do math.
There you go.
Sorry, whatever the Friday is.
2
the
weeks.
second Friday.
2 weeks from today.
Yes.
So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Shabbat shalom. All right, want to lead us to Kiddush? I'll help sing it.
Page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinhilanu Zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit Ki hu yom tehila lemikra en kodesh Zecher letziat mitzrayim Ki vanu v'acharta Yatanu kidashta Mikol hamim V'shabbat Shecha Yahava uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
All right.
So this is always my favorite time of the service where we share our simchas. So if anyone has any joys upcoming or in the past week, if you would like to share with the community. Sally.
I'm about to go away with all my children and grandchildren.
Because?
But I have a big birthday coming up in the fall.
Very big birthday. So early. Happy birthday. Anyone else?
I'm going to just add, so Rabbi Nemetov talks a lot about when we get to Morris Kaddish, about how Kaddish and Kiddush rub up against each other, that idea of like mourning, there are joys and hard things oftentimes at the same time overlapping. So I think a lot of people are here this Shabbat, have had a really tough week, And also maybe there were like small glimmers of something positive or some joy that you were able to find in this week if you want to share. You don't have to. Yeah.
My aunt has passed away, we're going to the funeral today, and I have not, my cousin's going to go, but I've not seen him in about 30 years, and
Wow.
he's never met her, so.
I got to officiate a wedding this week on a Wednesday, as you know, people do get married on Wednesday. Woo, so that was fun. That was a simcha for our community because it's one of our members, Natalia, who got married. So that was joyous. Ah, Rachel.
I found out this week that after 5 years, I'm done with my cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Congratulations. That was super exciting. Okay.
Okay. So we begin our Shabbat prayers on page 20 and 21 with Kabbalat, our Kabbalat Shabbat prayer L'Chadodi. This is it's really a poem welcoming in the spirit of Shabbat, the Sabbath bride. So we'll join together in verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we get to the 9th final verse, our tradition is to rise if you're able and face the entrance to our congregation, the entrance to our sanctuary, as a way of metaphorically welcoming in that Shabbat spirit, and maybe thinking about whatever it is that you need on this Shabbat, trying to welcome that in for yourself. Seated, and we are going to turn now to page 24 for Shalom Aleichem, welcoming in those ministering angels of Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Hashem, Aleichem We transition now into the Shema and its surrounding blessings, beginning with the Baruch Hu, which is our call to worship, our official beginning to our prayer on page 28. If you're able, please rise. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. You may be seated.
This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain, on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch Ha Adonai HaMariv Aravi.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all of these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושינתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך
והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
I've shared a number of times about that last little line there, Adonai Elohechem Emet, which we sing in our synagogue, and there's a prayer in between Ve'ahavta and Michamocha that's on page 38 that we oftentimes skip over, called Emet V'yatziv or Emet V'emunah, depending on if it's the evening or morning. And we are told that we are supposed to make the connection between Ve'ahavta and Michamocha, and if you don't sing or chant or read that prayer, which we don't usually, then we say Adonai Elohechem Emet at the end, and that one little line is the link between the two prayers. And thematically, the rabbis who put together the service want us to think about the connection between these two prayers for a variety of reasons, but one of the reasons I love, there's a little note on page 37, a quote by Martin Buber down there, if you can read the small print. It says, "When people come to you for help, do not turn them off with pious words saying, 'Have faith and take your troubles to God.' Act instead as if there were no God, as though there were only one person in all the world who could help, only yourself." And so we have this prayer, Michamocha, which talks about the miracles and the majesty of God, but we all know that that parting of the Red Sea moment is not something that happens on a frequent basis. And so lest we just sort of sit and let things happen to us and say, like, well, God will save me, and then be perhaps disappointed, we connect it to the prayer of Ve'ahavta as a reminder that our actions have power and our words have power, and we can't just sort of sit idly by and just wait for miracles to happen, but that we have agency as well. So I like that connection as we move from Ve'ahavta into Michamocha, thinking both about where we do have agency and what are those places where we kind of have to give up some control and recognize that we do have power, but our power is limited. So we'll continue with Michamocha on page 40, thinking about the ways where God maybe does provide a little bit of, whether it's redemption or strength for us. To turn now to the Amidah, which begins on page 46. Our standing prayer. If you're able, please rise. We'll join together.
Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Uvia Gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Bimotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'karnei HaKol, V'zocher Hasei Avot V'imahot, V'mevii Gula Livnei Bneihem, V'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor L'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Be'Hoshia, U'Lid HaTorah, Mechayei Chaim Be'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol Be'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayam Emunata Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umito Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah salah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. So now it's time for silent prayers. When you are done, you may be seated.
Please turn to page 253 for Misha Beirach, the prayers of healing. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. At this time, we wish to recognize Amy Thornton, Stacy Hetzel, Jacqueline Tara Smith, Deborah Rose, Eileen Kreisman, Ronnie Haber, Ellen Gottlieb, Vanessa Bianco, Paul McCready, Glenn Lest, Carl Wilhite, Ginny Gaston, Cindy Balin, Patty Newby, Michelle Arrigo, Joni Michaels, Joe Giordano, Brian Ward, Joshua Kornblue, Joe Dover, Christina Marie Lindsay, Janine Morris, Margaret Nichols, M. Buktenica, Ron Louie, Barb Carmichael, Jackie Curran, Nina Winokur, Jamie Sanders, Ilse Wagner, Susan Goldstein, Richard Apple, Jason Apple, Sally Wilderson, Arnie Goldstein, and Marnie Good. If anybody has anybody else to add, or if I mispronounce the name and somebody wants to correct it, please do so. May the Blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say Amen.
There is a midrash about an elephant and blind people. Each blind person touched a different part of the animal and then described the elephant based on their own perception. One compared the elephant to a long tube. The second portrayed the elephant as an enormous barrel. The third, feeling the elephant's ears, depicted it as resembling large drapes. Everyone described what they knew and accurately characterized that part of the elephant, but were incapable of representing the whole animal. As I read this week's Torah portion, Shalech Lecha, which means sent, I thought of this story. It was Moses who sent the spies to scout the land of Canaan. It is Moses who chooses 12 leaders, one from each tribe, to go and scout the land. He purposely chooses younger leaders for what deemed to be a physically challenging journey. Their commission is rather straightforward: to report back to Moses about the land and the people, the cities and the natural resources. These spies were no ordinary people. They were carefully chosen leaders. The people relied on their judgment and they trusted them. They scouted the land for 40 days. The spies came back, and they presented their report publicly, not to Moses and Aaron. They were undermining Moses' authority. Here is Moses, preparing for war. He wants them to return with details of the people and the land. At first they speak well. They say the land flows with milk and honey. And then they become subjective. They say they saw giants there. We look like grasshoppers to them. It is only Caleb and Joshua who disagree. They urge the people to conquer the land. It was only Caleb and Joshua who shared their perspective with faith. After hearing this report, the people rise up against Moses and Aaron, saying, "Let's go back to Egypt. God threatens to wipe out the children of Israel." But Moses intercedes on their behalf. To punish the people, God announces that all who left Egypt would wander for 40 years and would not enter the land of Israel, except for Joshua and Caleb. So, like Miriam, their sin was one of slander. They caused panic among the people. They were carefully chosen leaders who misused their power. It is only the next generation that will be privileged to fulfill the destiny of Israel. Nakama Leibowitz suggests that the sin of the scouts was that they didn't trust in God, suggesting that divine help could enable the Israelites to prevail against the inhabitants of the land. Just like the sin of the golden calf, they lost their trust in God. Rabbi Menachem Shearson pointed out that the spies were not afraid of failure. Rather, they were afraid of success. Now they were eating manna from heaven. They drank water from the well. They camped around the sanctuary. They were close to God. If they entered the land, they would have to fight battles, create an economy, farm the land, and worry about the weather. What would happen to their closeness to God? Would they become so busy with materialistic things and concerns with work, building homes, that they would have less time for God? They were afraid of success. Did the spies fail to see the whole picture? Were they afraid of change? Just as the blind people could only express the part of the elephant that they felt, the spies could only see what they imagined the land of Canaan to be. When we experience a new situation, let us try and remember to look at the whole picture before making a decision. Shabbat Shalom.
That was beautiful, Sally. Thank you. We're going to continue with our service on page 283, Aleinu, which is our prayer reminding us that it is upon us to be a light unto the nations and or the goyim. If you are able, please rise. We'll join together. Aleinu l'shabach l'adon hakol, v'ateit gdula l'yotzer b'reshit, shehu samchel keni liachad et shemo, v'gor aleinu lamlich malchuto, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 287. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol ha'aretz b'yom ha'hu may be seated.
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, and those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. I think our tradition here at B'nai Torah is for people to stand when the names of their loved ones are mentioned. You have the option of doing that. Those who have died recently, we recognize Rhoda Jacobson, the mother of Stu Jacobson, Mike Brock, the stepfather of Mark Raimondo, stepfather-in-law to Karen, step-grandfather to Connor and Amelia, Jenna Thrasher, a friend of Lenora Blomans, Maurice Tons, the father of Robin Negrin, Stanley Habib, the father of David Habib, father-in-law of Kathy Habib, grandfather of Jason and Rachel, and Jack Michael, the husband of Margaret Michael, and the brother-in-law of Elizabeth Knopf. The Yorksites that we recognize at this time: Stephen Goldsmith, Rita Goodman, Roberta Keir, Margaret Halela Ben-Beniste, Bernice Friedland, Phyllis Robbins, Ruth Coombs, Julie Kreisman, Sidney Gersman, Muriel Ella Jones, Abe Laves, James McGinnis, Lewis Morris, and Helen Nadler. Are there any names to be added to this, or any names that I mispronounced?
My cousin versus mine. Mary Lou Washington.
Will the congregation please rise in support of our congregants who are in mourning and join us in the Kaddish. Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shnei Rabbah,
V'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayet kol Beit Yisrael. Agala v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ulamei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yidnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudshah b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Da'amiram b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim alinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mamav. Hu yaseh shalom. Alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mamav. Hu yaseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Yaseh shalom. Shalom, going to join together in Hamotzi, and then hope everyone will join us for our oneg out in the social hall. Chata Adonai, sorry. Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon, Shabbat shalom, everybody. Shabbat shalom.
What were you saying to me?
Thank you to all our prayer leaders.